A very good morning to all of you students. Today we continue with grammar. We do kinds of nouns. Now this is very easy and I am not sure whether you all have done it, but if you all have done it also, it's part of my portion, so I have to do it again. Now you all already know what a noun is because I've done it in your revision of parts of speech. Yes. So what is a noun? A noun is a naming word. It's a word that gives a name to anything, an animal, a place, or a feeling. Yes. Now what does it include? It is the name of a person, place, animal, thing, quality, material, group, idea, feeling, etc. Now nouns can be of various types. The first, common nouns and proper nouns. Now what are common nouns? I will just give you an example. Supposing you say Sheila is a girl. Okay. Now there are two nouns in this. One is Sheila and one is girl. Now girl is common because you are not talking of any particular girl. You're just saying the word girl and there are so many girls all around. Clear? Whereas when you say Sheila, it is the name of a particular girl. So that is why it is a proper noun. Now a proper noun is always remember starting with a capital letter. Always a proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Now a proper noun it's not necessary that a proper noun has to be just one word. Like the name of your school, Fatima High School. So every first alphabet, that is F for Fatima, H for high and S for school has to be capital. Clear? So when the name of any particular thing, maybe a monument, maybe a school, maybe a planet, yes, maybe the month of a year, it has to begin with a capital letter if it is a proper, that because it is a proper noun. So okay, now I've just explained all this. Now let's go down to the next one. That's concrete nouns and abstract nouns. A concrete noun is a name given to something or someone you can actually touch or see. Like the name, like a human being, a plant, an animal, a flower, a fish, a stone, things. Yes, what you can see and what you can touch. These are concrete nouns. Now nouns that you cannot see or touch, like foolishness, patience. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it. You can only feel it. Happiness. These are a feeling of happiness, a feeling of sadness. Yes, these are abstract nouns. So something that you can feel or touch which is solid, like a television. Yes, it is a concrete noun. Whereas something that you cannot touch but you can feel it is an abstract noun. Now examples of abstract noun as I've given you here, say people are amazed at the wisdom of the old man. So you can see the wisdom in his actions, in the way he speaks, but you cannot touch it. Clear? Okay. You can next example, laughter can drive away unhappiness. Now both laughter and unhappiness, both are abstract nouns because they are feelings. They are an action. Laughter is an action and unhappiness is a feeling, but you cannot touch it. Childhood is meant for having fun and enjoyment. Now all the three, whether it be childhood, fun and enjoyment, cannot be touched. So they are abstract nouns. Okay, now how do you know it's a noun? You have to substitute this word, like say the first example, people were amazed at the wisdom of the old man. Okay, when I taught you parts of speech, I told you can substitute a noun for the word what, or ask the question what, or substitute it for the word something. So here if you want to double check your answer, people were amazed at something of the old man. What? Ask the question what. What of the old man? Do you get the answer wisdom? Yes. Then it's 101% sure that it is an abstract or it is a noun. Second example. Something can drive away unhappiness. Okay. Something can drive away unhappiness. So supposing I ask a question instead of something, I say what. What can drive away unhappiness? Do you get the answer laughter? Yes. Laughter can drive away unhappiness. So here you are 101% sure that it is a noun. Same way the other thing. Laughter can drive away something. What can laughter drive away? Ask the question. What can laughter drive away? Answer you get unhappiness. So your answer should be the word that you think is the noun. And if you get it as the answer, you are 101% sure that it is a noun. So remember, when you think of a noun, substitute it with something or someone and ask the question what. If you get your answer, it is a noun. Moving on to countable and uncountable nouns. Now all these things and whatever objects you're talking about which come under noun, they are of different kinds. Yes, some of them you cannot count, some you can count very easily, like you can count a book, you can count a table and a chair, but you cannot count sugar. If you have sugar, can I say give me one sugar? No. If you have to say one, you will say one or a grain of sugar, a grain of salt, a grain of sand. What about grass? You will say a blade of grass. Yes. If hair, a strand of hair. Yes. When you say he has hair, you're not talking of one hair. You're talking of all the hair as a group. Yes, so you're not talking of one hair because you never have one hair. You are going to have lots of hair and that is counted in total. So these are some things like milk, oil, sugar, this all, rice is all measured. It cannot be counted. So you can measure milk, 1 liter of milk. You can measure sugar, a kilo of sugar. But you cannot count it. Clear? Okay. So these things, nouns which you cannot count, you can only measure, are uncountable nouns. Which you can count individually, separately, are countable nouns. Okay. Now the example, why did you spill the milk? So milk is, you cannot count. Can you say 1 milk, 2 milk? You cannot give it a number, 1 or 2. No, you cannot. So, but you have to measure it in quantity, like a liter. So that's why it comes up against in the category of uncountable. Even grass, the same thing. You cannot say 1 grass, 2 grass. You cannot give it a number. Yes. So it is uncountable. Same thing with fun. Same thing with sky. Clear? Okay. Now we move on to the next one. That's collective noun. Collective noun is a name given to a group of things of the same kind. Group of things which make up one collection. Like say if you have many keys in a ring. All of them are keys. Maybe they have different shapes, maybe they have different sizes, maybe they open different locks, but they are all basically keys. So that's a collection of keys and that's why you call it a bunch. A name is given to such a collection, a set. Okay, that's called a bunch of keys. So when you have a group of the same type of things, not one dog, one hen, one chicken or one horse, no. You talk of all the same type, then it is given a name, a collective noun. Now here I'll just read the example. A gaggle of geese crackled noisily. So crackled is the sound that they make. Gaggle of geese is the collective noun for the geese. The bride opened the album to look at a photograph. So when you're talking of a collection of photographs, it's called an album. The anxious girl looked at the list of names carefully. So you have a list when you have more than one name. Now here are some collective nouns. You have to study these by heart, and I'm sure you already know most of it. I will just read them for you. A class of students, a team of players, a flock of sheep, a bundle of sticks, a crew of sailors, a herd of cattle, a pack of cards, a pride of lions, a pack of wolves, an album of photographs, a bunch of grapes, a crowd of people, a litter of puppies, a shoal of fish, a set of tools. Now this side, a heap of stones, a flight of birds, an army of soldiers. You can have a cluster or a galaxy of stars, a fleet of ships, a library of books, a pile of books, a band of robbers, a gaggle of geese, a brood of chickens, a bunch of keys, a swarm of bees, a bouquet of flowers, a panel of judges, a stack of hay. Okay, in the same line on top, the what you can see right now on your screen, a library of books, a pile of books. Now these are both books, but there's a difference. A library will be a room full of books. Yes, with many shelves full of books. While as a pile will be just books which are just piled on or placed one on top of the other. Okay, that's the difference when you talk of. It depends on how the books are kept, whether they are in a big large room kept in different shelves, maybe categorized according to their names or types of books, or it could just be a few books piled up or kept one on top of the other. Okay, now you have your exercise. Pick out the proper and common nouns from the sentence and write them in the correct columns. So I'm calling from New Vision High School. From here you will pick out the nouns and put them in the columns that I have given. I'm just reading it, then I'll go to the next page where the columns are. How was the first day of school? Mrs. Sen asked Rima. Now if you see the first sentence, New Vision High School, that's the name of the school, so it's a proper noun. So that will go in the column of proper noun. The whole name, okay. How was the first day of school? So here you find out there may be more than one noun in a sentence. Yes, for example, in the second there are three nouns: school, Mrs. Sen and Rima, not just Sen. School, Mrs. Sen and Rima. Okay, so that way each one you have to find out and put them in the proper column, which is on, I'm giving the table which is on the next page. When the travelers reached the forest, they were tired and hungry. Socrates was one of the wisest men of the ancient world. Socrates was a great philosopher, okay? He was a thinker and philosopher. Across the Atlantic Ocean, Edison had produced the first light bulb. Now here the sixth one, Faraday attended a lecture given by Humphrey Davy at the Royal Institution in London. All these are from your lessons. Huh? Okay, now you will see this is your table into which you have to write the proper nouns and the common nouns. Now going on to the next second one. Pick out the abstract and concrete nouns from the sentence and write them in the correct columns. The first one, the lion wanted their opinion. So here you will see what you can touch is what? Lion. And opinion, can you touch? No. So that will come as abstract noun. So that way in each sentence there may be more than one or just one. You have to see, read it properly and put it in the correct column which is there below. Now I will just read it. There was absolute silence when Malfi sang. Great peace and happiness seemed to fill the room. Caesar did not show any inclination to join the other crows. Davy needed an assistant with an excellent memory. May I now read the books in your store and quench my thirst for knowledge? Quench means satisfy. Going on to the next one. Underline the countable nouns and circle the uncountable nouns in the following sentences. So, you will underline the countable ones and circle the uncountable ones. The first one. The animal got up a little speed and kept its distance. So, which is your countable? You can count the animals, correct? Yes? Then, can you count speed 1, 2, 3? No. Can you count distance 1, 2, 3? No. So, Animal is countable and speed and distance uncountable. Same way you will do the rest of it. I'll warm some milk for the baby. Third one. Come on and have some hot coffee to keep out the cold. Fourth one. His old clothes steamed gently in the heat of the stove. Fifth. She made the best tea and had the best cookies. Sixth. High up in the cooler air the vulture flew. Seventh. Our king the lion has killed your master, said the fox. Okay, moving on to the last one. Last question, fill in the blanks with the correct collective nouns. First one, a dash of students, a dash of books, a dash of robbers, a dash of sailors, a dash of geese, a dash of stars. Now, you may not have all these in your list. I'm not very sure whether all are there, but I'm sure you know them. And if you don't know them, do message me on WhatsApp. I will answer your question. A dash of stars and dash of photographs, a dash of ships, a dash of chickens, a dash of grapes. I'll just wait for a second. So this is the end of your lesson. I hope you all are able, and I'm sure you all will be able to do this exercise. It's not very difficult. It's something that you'll already know, you'll are familiar with. So please do it, and you can ask me if you'll have any doubt. Thank you. Do have a good day.